everyone, to another episode of Orleo Origins. I am Will, the Halfling Wizard, and I will be your guide through this chaotic fun tonight. Because these characters are now, what are y'all, level 14? Is that where I put you? Level 14
Yep.
insane. They're basically murder hobos at this point. And
I am not a murder hobo.
no, not at all. No. You're right. Kieran is the most innocent one of the group. Um, yeah, yeah. I can't even get through that without laughing. So anyway, so we're here. We'll let everybody go around and introduce themselves. Tell us who you are, where we can find you. You can save that to the end. But tell us who you are, who you're playing, and at the end of last session, when you died, basically, almost all of you. What are you thinking? So we're going to start with Nick.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I'll be playing Varric Wolfspear Vagari, the Goliath Barbarian. Considering he, at the end of all the damage from the nuke that somebody set off, Kieran, he still had 1 HP, and then everyone, kind of comes back up. I think he feels like all bets are off. Like he's just gonna go as crazy as he can, just do as much damage as he can, basically.
Okay. That makes total sense for that character. All right. Let's go with Christian.
Hey everybody, Christian here, aka Temporary Hit Points. I play Mint Orcanus, the Goblin Paladin, who is the Oath of the Draconic Bloodline Paladin, custom class by Will, and
you take some credit for it.
Yeah, I gave suggestions. That's all I've done. Like this.
Did more than that, my friend.
And so let's see, Mint, being that I think he only lost like 10 health that fight.
Yeah, he didn't. He did pretty well, actually.
Yeah. Mint is going to be like, Mint is the safest person to be around. And considering that Mint is always around himself, Mint is always in the safest position ever. It tracks. So,
that is so Mint. I love it. And Brenna.
Oh, that's right. Brenna, yeah.
Young dragon now? Isn't she a young dragon?
So, yeah, according to your chart, is a large Drakari.
That's it. Yeah.
And
which is also a homebrew.
Yes.
Race of dragons.
I'm so happy that I read over it because she could do some interesting stuff.
She can.
And more than just breathe fire, which is really cool.
Yep.
But last session, that's what we chose to do. Was a whole lot of
it worked.
Blah.
It worked.
A good heavy metal blah,
Yeah. Okay. Let's go Lisa next.
Hey. Hello. I'm Lisa. I play Willow. Did we have a question?
Yeah, after you basically all died at the end of last session, where is she at mentally at this point?
I think it's very much, when you're dying, you're dead, and then it's like, wait, what just happened? What? She's very confused right now.
Okay, that makes sense for her. It really does. I mean, it makes sense. All right, let's go to Kel.
Hey y'all, I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King, playing Kieran, the Aasimar Lower Bard, who I can actually make this joke at this point, identifies as an attack helicopter because of what happened in that one shot. I mean, Nick, you know what happened. You know I can make that joke.
Oh, like an A10 Warthog.
Yep. Anyway, but as for how Kieran's thoughts after dying, just as equally as confused as Willow, because literally it's like 1 second, it's like, oh, I killed the bastard. Bright light, then nothing, and then back. It's like, wait, hold on. What the fuck happened? What? Only to hear is like, wait, we have to be trained? What?
That's fair. Wait, we have to be trained? Oh, wait. Well, I mean, I think it's more along the lines of you are all powerful, but you're also chaotic and tend to destroy things that you don't need to destroy. So we're going to train a little bit so that you can kind of focus all that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, so, innocents don't get vaporized. Because it was all about shenanigans last time.
I still say I did nothing wrong.
Nope, you didn't. It was all good. So, all right, let's go up to Taryn.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Taryn, and I play Bellinor, your resident goo monster.
That is true. Super gooey.
Super gooey. I definitely think after getting blown up, he's pissed off at the person that caused him to die, because dying is not a very good feeling.
Well, considering the amount of damage we took, I don't even know if we even felt the damage.
Well, that's fair. But I'm sure you feel the after effects of dying. Kind of. Maybe.
Is this heaven?
I don't know if Bellinor would go to heaven. I'm fairly confident that there would be another place for that guy.
That's very fair. That is very, very fair. Very fair. Okay. All right. And of course, I am Will, or the Halfling Wizard. And just a couple of things before we get started. One thing is we are raising money for Freedom Service Dogs of America. We're going to carry it on through this month. And honestly, I'm going to carry it on probably until we reach our $500 goal. That's a great organization. If you aren't familiar with them, go check them out. They pair veterans up with service dogs. Not only are they a great organization, but they're actually really cool people, because I've spoken with them, and they were super excited that we were doing this fundraiser for them. We're at 210 of our $500 goal. So if you feel so inclined to give, please do. Like I said, it's a worthy cause. We love our veterans, and we want to support them as best as we can. Yeah. So, all right. So we'll jump into it, and we'll cover all the other stuff at the end. So last session when we were here, what happened was, you know what? I'm going to get this from the perspective of you guys. So let's start with Varric. But from Varric's perspective, what happened last time?
Varric felt very strong, took a hit, stabbed wildly at thin air, and only to be grabbed by the thin air, lifted into the air and spear chucked into the ground. Got back up again, went to go attack the air again, saw somebody shoot at the air, resulting in many people being turned into charred shadows, as Varric stood there basically as a charred shell of himself. Then I think it just, for him, it would be a blur of running and chopping that last priest's head off, only to see that guy standing in the field at the end of it, resetting everything.
Okay. I like that. What about from Mint's perspective? What happened last session?
Mint was cool as a cat, see? Mint was ready to go. So what happened was there was like this big long legs that nobody could see. It was like invisible, because they're not as superior in eyesight as I am. But that's okay. They make up for it in other ways. So anyways, Mint sees big guy, and then, something. I burned a bunch of guys, and then that one guy who likes to get naked a lot. He shot that thing in the middle of his chest, and it blew up and killed everybody, except for Varric, because Varric's really strong.
All right, love it. Okay, what about Willow from her perspective?
Willow never saw the priest. She never saw the thing they were fighting. She could just see everybody was aiming in a general direction, so she did too, and then she kept jumping, misty stepping, so she wouldn't be in the same place, thinking foolishly that would protect her. She remembers seeing Varric pinned down, and she had this amazing idea and was busy gathering her thoughts and preparing this really awesome spell. And then there was a bright light. And then there was some strange man standing there telling her, we have to train.
Okay. Cool. What about from Kieran's perspective?
So, from Kieran's perspective, because the beginning part of the fight, for the most part, he was kind of down in the dirt from where Varric was just swinging around. What was it? Saint was yours, right? Your pistol?
Yep. You have Sinner, I have Saint.
Yep, that's right. The weapons we got from our one shot, no one's like, okay, I saw what that did to a snake. Let me not be in this fucking path. So he just hit the deck, got up, saw Varric just floating in the air, not being able to move, and then getting chucked like yesterday's laundry. And because Kieran wasn't able to see, he had the wonderful idea, which it was for the moment, of transforming into his dragon form through Draconic Transformation. Because, blindsight, yay. I want to see us looking at a gigantic ass construction and going, oh shit. Thinking he could recreate what he did to the Outlaws from said one shot, attempted to shoot this thing in the chest only to recreate Judgment Day.
Yep.
And then just woke up back in his normal self. Still dropped down and start coughing up his lungs from the breath weapon because that's still not something he's used to.
Okay. All right. What about from Bellinor?
Well, Valinor knew that they were fighting something invisible because people were taking damage and flying away from something he couldn't see. And then all he remembers is pain because he cast Warding Bond on Varric. So every hit that Varric took, Bellinor also took, and then he took it again when he took it. So he's just getting hit by everything twice. So he just remembers hurting a lot.
Okay. Makes sense. That makes total sense. Yeah, because it was ugly. It was ugly. It was like, so yeah. So they're sent to the future or wherever they are. They don't even know where they are actually. They find themselves in this sort of red field. They begin fighting. Something begins attacking them. They can't see. Eventually, good old Mint, who has demon sight, I believe, right? Isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's Devil's Sight.
Devil sight. You can see through its invisibility, and it was like this giant mech suit type thing. Eventually, yes, the Kieran did fire into its power core, which caused it to overload, and basically a nuclear bomb went off. And we killed a lot of priests too. There were those guys. They were jerks. They deserved it. However, the town behind them also got kind of napalmed. So yeah, and then they basically most of them died, and then suddenly they were not dead anymore and full health and everything. And there was someone standing in front of them and simply said, "Oh, I see we've got some training to do." And that's where we pick up. So you guys just went through literal hell and back. And there's this figure standing in the middle of this field, sort of backlit by the sun. Says, "Looks like we have some training to do. What do you guys do?" Let's just, whoever wants to go first.
How close is Varric to him?
It's the figure.
Yeah.
Y'all are probably about 20 feet.
Oh, he's still in his blind rage after decapitating that priest with Mint's help, having Brennan pin him down. So he's still raging as hell. So he's just gonna run at the guy.
Awesome. You run at the guy, and I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Awesome. As a 21.
Okay. As you approach the figure, give me 1 second. Let me roll for them real quick. Oh, it doesn't matter. They'll auto succeed. As you run towards this figure, you get you're about to just tackle them, and they literally hold out their hand towards you, a single finger, and it taps you on the forehead, and you drop.
Like dead?
Fast asleep.
Oh, asleep. Okay. Oh, it's one of those things where he has the nastiest snarl on his face as he goes to tackle him, and the moment he's fast asleep, he's like a baby.
I want to learn how to do that. I'll go first. I want to do that. Sleep poke.
So, and the figure will lean down and sort of stroke your head and whisper into your ear. Not like creepy. I mean, it's
I gotcha.
Comforting.
Okay.
And it says, and they say, you need to learn to use your rage properly.
Rage.
You're out, and it's in your dreams, basically. Okay. Hello?
Who are you? Where are we? And what just happened?
What just happened was a test, which you failed. Where you are is where you are not. And who am I and who I am is your trainer. To be as vague as possible.
Could have been more helpful, but I'll take it.
Okay. Anyone else?
So how do we learn how to do that finger technique?
He and then Mint just chuckles to himself for no apparent reason. Finger technique, and then he just
What you doing?
And they'll look at you and they'll say, and they'll actually speak to you in Draconic, and they'll basically tell you that one day you will get there, but not right now.
Damn, guys, you're not gonna let me finger anymore.
What is wrong with your eye? Do we have to go to the vet?
So he just kind of nods and he just looks and he pokes the air and he's like, okay.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I was Kieran's still just coughing a lung up.
Okay,
Yeah, those breath attacks are brutal on him.
that's fair. They will actually tell you that how impressed they are with your ability. That was to Kieran. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of figured. And as he's coughing up, it's like, you know that bit with Archer, like whenever he's like throwing up or coughing or whatever, he just holds his hand up as he's still. That's pretty much what he's doing.
Okay.
Like the one finger up part as he's just like, over and over.
Okay. Okay. And she'll look at you. They'll rather. They don't really have a gender, but they'll look at you guys and say, I see potential here. It's a little chaotic, but I do see potential. If you learn to work as a team, you could be unstoppable.
You expect us to work as a
Gonna reach
team,
down
for
and
one.
tap Varric on the head, and you'll wake up. And you heard everything that was being said, by the way.
This is almost like a held trance.
Yeah.
And
And they'll help you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about the whole trying to tackle you thing. Because you just gonna kind of like really embarrassingly walk back to the group. You know, just really angry.
Okay. And they just sort of nod. And then they'll say, then they'll kind of talk to you about, they'll tell you about all the good things that you did, which all of your abilities are really powerful. But, if you act as individuals, that's when you get into trouble. You need to learn each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses so that you can formulate the proper way to approach a problem. And as they go into talking about, you're going up against a demigod. They're not, he's not like an easy time.
That wasn't it.
No. That was an illusion.
Okay.
You're not ready for the true power that you're going to be going against yet. You're not ready for it.
Are you going to give us any more context for this thing that we're not ready for, or
About who you're going after?
yeah, whatever you were here for?
Oh, I'm just here to guide you.
Right, you're being very vague, and it's not being quite guiding.
Yes.
Haven't you been listening? They're going to teach us how to do the sleep finger.
Okay. If that's what you're interested in.
No, that's just all he got out of this.
All he has to do is
All his mind is just like you could hear the wheel like.
they're gonna tell you that this battle that you're about to fight probably is one of the most important fights you'll ever have, that you'll ever do. It's a world-saving type of thing basically. She's very like, they're very like dark and mysterious and yet alluring. There's something about them that kind of draws you to them.
Varric is gonna lean down really quietly and be like, Mint. So that's not the demigod we're supposed to kill.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, good. Okay. That sleep finger thing was. Oh,
Wait, hold on. We have to kill a demigod?
Yes.
Oh, Varric, I think she can hear us. Or they can hear us.
Yes. Yes.
He legitimately thought he was being quiet, but he was just like talking in a lower voice.
Exactly. The volume was still there.
Yeah, when Mint whispers, it's not much of a whisper either.
I was gonna say.
I say, once Kieran's done coughing, he's going to look up. Do I recognize this person at all?
Why don't you roll it? Let's see, roll a history or a religion check for me.
Now, out of curiosity, because for this, because the way I'm thinking how this might go, do you want me to use my original sheet or use my updated stats for this?
You use your updated stats.
Okay, I figured I'd just double check because this is like a memory type deal. That's why I figured I'd ask.
Nope. Use your updated one.
Cool. You said history or religion?
Yep.
And they're both the same, so we'll do history.
Okay.
That's a 22.
Nope. Yeah.
It was so close to being a 12.
Yeah, you recognize this person. You've seen this person before. Well, you've seen a version of this person before.
And they are...
Oh, they're a god. They're a deity. Or they're more actually not really a deity. They're sort of outside the realm of the deities, of the Orlean deity.
Do I recall a name?
Yeah, you know her. Or them, rather. It's you know them as the name that comes to you when you look at them is Elenira Velis.
Okay.
And they are sort of they're sort of a shadowy, neutral entity.
Okay.
That are used by the gods they're sort of their go-tos when they want to train people or teach them lessons or that sort of thing.
So once I'm done coughing my lungs up and I look up and see them, I'm just like, oh fuck. Is literally what Kieran says. And he's not quiet about either, so like the whole party can hear him.
Elenira, she'll look at you and they'll look at you and they'll say, like, Tanara says hello.
Oh, I bet she does.
And I'm supposed to keep an eye on you. Not really sure why.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. So, all right. So then they're going to just be like, so where do you think you went wrong in the fight?
Well, I mean, Kieran blowing us all up was a pretty good place to start, I think.
Indeed. Yes.
There is no evidence that my attack is what caused it to blow up. He'll say that in that tone.
Elenira will be like,
Wait, what? What?
yeah, and they'll say yes. That maneuver was probably not the smartest one. At least not at this point. Maybe if it was less populated area and there was no chance that you would be vaporized yourselves, then yes, it's not necessarily it's not a bad choice. It was probably just not the correct one for this time. What else did we learn from our dead?
Well, none of us could see it, so I'm not sure how we could have coordinated an attack on something we couldn't see.
No. Someone could see it.
I saw it.
And I'm gonna look at Karen, like, because I just assume,
Mint's just like, I could see it.
Okay, so
Okay. Raise your hand if you could see it.
See Mint and Brenna. I guess Brenna raises a claw, right?
Yes.
I say
okay,
Kieran's
so-
gonna raise his hand halfway up because he can only see it after using a spell.
Okay, well that might have been a description. I don't know if it would have helped or not because I never did see it. But
Yeah.
I literally said it's this huge freaking guy.
Is there any way we could make it visible to the rest of us? That would be a really big help. Maybe throw mud on it or something. Like when I used to do gladiator matches and we would get to wrestling, sometimes getting mud on the person helped out a lot.
Hey, that's a really good idea.
wouldn't that just make them slippery?
I was gonna say, Varric, let's not muddy the waters here.
So
Okay, so
we needed to be able to identify its weaknesses and to have some way of knowing of what was effective and ineffective against it.
correct. And one of you has devil sight, which could have eyes on it and tell the rest of the party what they were seeing. You must think of each other's strengths, your abilities, and use them to your advantage. Because invisibility is one of those things that you will encounter again. The target that you're after is very crafty. Don't trust anything
Eleanor,
you see.
can't you use your black goo, just like throw black goo on it to make something that's invisible visible?
I don't think that my goo quite does that. I think it's a little more complicated and alive than just that.
Just
But didn't you just kind of like throw it on everyone else too?
Yeah, but it's like was going inside of them and eating them from the insides. It's not quite making it visible.
Did you just say eating them?
Oh, no, not what I meant. You're fine.
What?
Do me a favor, don't goo me. I don't want to be gooed. You're probably right. Goo's a horrible idea.
that's a horrible idea.
Varric's gonna kind of sit down and hug his knees as he looks at the skin that he got gooed. He's just gonna
Like he's gonna lean over to Brenna. He's gonna be like,
Brenna, if he ever tries to goo me, burn him, and then burn me, and then burn him again, and then me one more time.
She acknowledges. Okay. Okay. They will go on to say that with basically eyes in the sky, I mean, you guys have a tactical advantage on just about anything, especially since they have devil sight. And then you have Anil Varric, who is a strong barbarian. You have Kieran, who is, extremely volatile, in not necessarily in a bad way, but in the ability to inflict excessive damage. And then Bellinor, who is organic, we'll say, and has the ability to manipulate organic material. Willow, who has the ability to Misty Step or Face Step. Is it Face Step? It's Face Step, right? Or one of the two. And has Druid magic. You all have extremely powerful abilities. Now you will need to take inventory of your abilities and your opportunities. And think about where you can bolster each other.
Could I have predicted the outcome?
No. Because it wasn't a real thing. It was all in your mind.
In a real situation.
If you're in a real situation, you might be able to. But it depends. I mean, the demigod you're going against he's prepared to, like I said, he's tricky. So you can't, that's why I said earlier, you can't trust the things that you see. Because they could be being manipulated. And understand that he doesn't necessarily work like other deities do. He doesn't sit high up on his cloud, inflicting his wrath upon things. He is down here on the planet, walking amongst you. You could have already met him, for all we know, and don't even realize it. So you have to be on your toes at all times. Trust nothing and no one.
Are you him?
No.
We can't trust that.
But we can't believe you.
Varric.
Trust that.
I know who it is, Varric. Remember that one time we ordered mead and they brought us ale?
I
was-
knew there was something
it
off
was
about
the-
him.
Tavern barkeep.
And it was it was totally him. They'll go on to tell you that they are one of three. They are known as the ones who dwelled before. They are outside of the influence of the gods, so to speak. That's why the gods like to use them, because they're impartial. They're uncorruptible, or so they say. But they do go on to tell you, like, yes, you should be very suspicious of even me. The sooner you learn to trust no one, the sooner you will live to tell the tale.
But you just told us to trust each other.
Yes, that's between you and your party. There are ways to tell if someone is not who they say they are.
Such as?
They'll go into. There are several spells that can do this. I mean, Zone of Truth is one of them. which I think clerics, paladin, bards. That's it. That's right. Bards, paladins, and clerics. Zone of truth. I think it's a second level. I think.
Maybe. I know I don't have it because I didn't pick it.
I think it's a second level.
Hold on, I can tell you. Give me 1 second.
It's a legacy. I think it's a
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna be looking at the legacy stuff.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's second level spell. Bard, cleric, paladin, specifically Oath of Devotion, the Crown, and Order Domain.
yeah. So like a paladin, bard, and then the clerics.
So
Okay.
I could pick that tomorrow. I just have to actually open this book of this paladin oath I have.
So yes.
Interesting.
Thing.
So what is the plan now? Do we just keep doing that same thing over and over again until we beat it?
The plan now is for you to rest and eat and drink and regather yourselves. And she like waves her hand, and there in the field appears a hut. And she'll say, "You may go in, and this will keep you warm for the night. There's food, there's drink." And we will pick this up in the morning. Rest. And then she'll just sort of turn and walk away from you. And just like sort of vanish.
Well, you don't have to tell me twice.
And he just like starts walking over to the hut.
Okay, so in the hut you go. Inside, if you go in the hut, there is a long table with lots of food on it. Mead.
He immediately
Meat.
like he sticks his head back out the door of the hut and upon seeing all the food, and then he like uses his other hand to reach over him and like pull him in like,
Oh no, it's a trap! Don't come in. There's nothing here.
and then he just goes in and starts eating.
That is fantastic, and I'm going to give you inspiration for that.
Let's go.
I love it.
As he's like further down and he's like,
Oh, stop! It's horrible.
he's glug glug glug.
She said, "Trust no one," and we trusted her. Fools, fools.
Okay, so let's roll for this. So let's roll deception on Mint's part and perception on everybody else's part.
Okay. Deception came out to a 23.
Okay, so 23.
22, so fucking close.
22.
I rolled an 8.
Natural 1 for a total of 3.
Lord, Eleanor.
16.
Oh yeah. So let me wait till Willow rolls. Can you, Willow, when you get a chance, roll perception?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
You're trying to beat, what was it, a 23?
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, can I have it with advantage?
No.
I rolled a 22 and a 29.
So 22. So, okay, so everybody believes that. Mint, you want to say again what you were doing? 'Cause I think
So he just like sees all the food, the spread. He sticks his head out the door and uses his other hand to like pretend it's a hand, pulling him back in. And he just shouts, "It was a trick. Trust no one." And then disappears. Don't come in.
Yeah, Varric has axe out, running at the tent, screaming mimic. He's like, "Don't worry, Benj, I'll save you." Just starts chopping at the tent.
Okay.
With Willow's experience with mimics, she's like, hell to the no.
I mean, Paladin rolled a natural one, so he fully believes that Mint is like probably already dead. So Bellinor is sprinting the other direction.
I think Varric would definitely hear Mint like, I'm just eating, drinking meat, and like,
Oh god, it's tearing him apart. Oh no.
there's like a chicken who's like bone snapping.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. So, okay, with everyone except for Bellinor, of course, but because he rolled so low. But everyone else, you guys totally hear the ripping of flesh and the breaking of bones. And, and all the eating noises coming from inside this tiny hut.
How easily does Varric break? Is this like a normal like fabric tent, or is there anything supernatural about it? Because he's
it's
literally going at it with his axe.
Supernatural.
Okay.
You're making no dent in it whatsoever.
This is a resilient mimic.
Mint doesn't really actually realize that they took him serious, so he's just like,
What are you guys taking so long out there for?
That's it. I know what we must do. He's going to holster his axe and then jump into the opening of the tent, thinking it's jumping into its mouth. Like, I'll save you! Into the tent.
And then you go, and then you see the table with the food and the meat, and Mint just enjoying himself.
Hey, Varric, get over here.
This is what the inside of a mimic looks like.
Yeah, it's great,
Riddle's
right?
been holding out on us. Straight over to the meat and mead, helping himself.
Okay. How about the rest of it? Now, I think Bellinor took off running in the opposite direction. So,
Yeah.
I'm a good 60 feet away, just sort of like, just looking, watching.
I'm just gonna walk in, and he's just gonna walk in.
okay, you walk in, and of course you see the table. You see Mint and Varric just having a grand old time.
Big thing of meat in one hand, giant hunk of meat of something in the other hand, and just
What took you so long?
any idea that the inside of a mimic is so good?
The inside of a mimic is so good.
This never mind. As Kieran's like, he was ready to explain this wasn't a mimic, but it's like, nope, never mind.
Okay. Willow, you don't see anything. I mean, you don't see anything like that looks dangerous or suspicious.
I know 3 people have gone in and nobody has come out. You know? And nobody has come out to say, it's all good. You know?
That's fair. Okay. So, Bellinor, you're running the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You run and you run and you run and you run. I mean, it's just field and field and more field. I mean, it's just full of red grass.
He probably at some point, I mean, he's not the most athletic type. So he probably at some point as he's running just trips over his own feet and tumbles for a while and just kind of just lays there in the field after where you're just defeated.
Okay. So you trip over your own feet. You sort of roll down a hill there, and you kind of end up in like a little gully type area there, looking up at the stars. As you know, the sky is clear, the stars are bright, twinkling. You see a-
Okay,
You see
I
a shooting
want
star.
to try.
Okay.
I want to try visionary insight.
Okay.
So I can voluntarily induce visions without physical contact,
Okay.
and I can focus their visions on specific topics or individuals, providing more detailed and targeted information.
Okay.
So I'm going to focus on Mint.
Okay.
I just want to know if he's okay.
Yeah. You see a vision of Mint with a full belly and like bones laying all around him.
Ah, that's great. Ah,
Okay. I got a 50-50 chance of being right. But my friends might be dying. So I'm going to be brave and go in.
Okay. In you go, and you see a table, and Mint and Varric and Kieran having a good meal and drinking and laughing and having a good time.
I thought you all were dead. Where's the mimic?
This is it. We're inside of a mimic right now.
No, I've been inside a mimic. This is not a mimic.
I think you've been in a couple of mimics, haven't you?
I have.
why would you think we're dead? Oh, no, I was just joking.
Hey, where's Bellinor? Was he here behind you?
Last I knew, he was running in the opposite direction as fast as he could.
Oh, dang, I kind of feel partially responsible for that.
And then he just keeps eating.
Yeah, someone should really go get him. Looks like Kieran just keeps eating.
Looks at Kieran.
Mint, can you fly on your dragon and find him and get him to come back?
I mean, Brenna wants to go.
What's Brenna doing?
Brenna's just outside, like rolling around in the grass.
Oh, he would have pulled her inside to eat her head, like if she wasn't able to come in.
And she's like playing. She's not worried.
Okay,
She's like la 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 la.
he's gonna load up a plate of meat, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'll go get it right now." And he'll just start piling on as much meat as he can carry, and then like hoist it over his head, and just you'll hit it. Here's a little pitter patter on the way out.
Okay, cool. And then you'll feed Brenna.
Yeah,
She'll be like, like a happy little puppy with the big puppy eyes, but dragons. Okay. All right. So while you're feeding Brenna and they're all eating, and you're getting ready to go find Bellinor, you're like laying face up, looking at the stars. Roll me Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
28.
Okay. So with a 28, as you're laying there, you begin to reminisce. You begin to feel nostalgic. Suddenly, all of this feels familiar. The wind, you can hear the wind blowing through the grass and that sort of whooshing sound, which then turns into sort of like laughter, soft laughter. Laughter that feels familiar. A laughter that you recognize. As you're laying there and you sort of turn to your right, you suddenly there's someone laying next to you.
God.
And then they turn to look at you, and it's Beatrice.
I mean, the biggest smile is just running across his face right now. I mean,
And sort of the red field sort of melts away, and you find yourself in like this field of gold, um, from back home. This sort of field that the two of you would spend time in, just laying and looking at the sky. And she's just laughing, and it's that laugh, and the laugh, it gets you, it just pulls right at you.
yeah.
You memorized every tone of her laugh. The way her eyes sparkle when she laughed, the way the corners of her lips would curl, and the way her dimples would show. As she just sits there and just tells you that she's the luckiest woman in the world, and that she loves you.
Oh, God. He is like breaking down. He's like trying to say words back, but just cannot say actual words. It's just coming out as sounds. Yeah, like he doesn't know what to do. He's happy to be with her, but he also doesn't, like, he knows that she's not really here.
Right.
So
Okay. So and she reaches over and she touches your cheek, and you can feel her hand on your cheek. It's like real. It just feels so realistic, like so real. And then it all goes dark and gray, and she fades off. She fades out, like as if she's she's calling to you. And she says, and all you hear her say is, "Find me." And then and then suddenly you find yourself back in that red field with basically a dragon looking at you.
Hey, we found him.
oh, what the? I thought you were dead.
What? No.
Oh,
Yeah, come on. There's food over in the tent.
okay.
Unless you wanna stay out here some more.
Say, does Mint see Velinor just like have tears just on like rolling down his face, like
Probably so.
just
unless you're
emotional break?
Unless you're-
No,
Okay.
he wouldn't have been able to.
You look like you look like you need a moment. You okay?
Yeah, just was remembering the good old days, the time before I was I had to deal with Kieran more or less.
Oh yeah, he always tries to get naked. I hate. It would make me cry too if I saw him as many times as you saw him naked.
Well, yeah, it's not a sight I go out of my way to see.
Well, okay. Well, if you need someone to talk to, I guess I could, you could talk to me maybe. But there's food in the tent.
I appreciate that, Bint. I'll be on my way. I'm just gonna
The-
take a stroll back.
Okay.
Off you go. Off he goes back. Okay, so Bellinor, you're going to stroll back. So what's going on as you're strolling back to the?
Well, hold on. I think I remembered asking you a question, but I have to remember if I asked or not. So I have to go through our messages. 1 second. Okay. So he would be thinking back to a deal that he made, and his new memories that he's got now that he's at this point. And he would be trying to remember if there was any sort of information about how or where he would be able to find Beatrice during that deal.
You know that being here, wherever you are, has really sort of brought a lot of that to the forefront. Like it feels like here and now is where that might be possible.
Okay.
Maybe.
He has like no sort of ideas of where to start or anything.
No.
Okay, because yeah. So this point was we did determine that he already had made the deal to bring her back, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's gonna go. I mean, the only person that he would guess that has any sort of ideas about finding somebody or seeing the future would be Willow, because that's her shit.
That's true.
So he's gonna go talk to Willow.
Okay. All right. So you head back to the shelter.
Yeah.
When you go in, you will see them all eating. I'm assuming Willow's joined them at this point. You're muted.
Yeah.
So is that what you said? That she joined them, and at this point, Mint, you would have come. You had gotten back as well.
Everybody, I'm famished.
And he's gonna sit down and start eating some more.
Really took it out of me.
Never could understand how such a little person can eat so much food.
It's like it cut scenes to Mint just like eating food like a duck, just
It's like goes in, comes out of just a bone.
a clean bone.
Yeah.
And then instead of tossing the bone, he like slides it into a pouch.
It is bad. Absolutely. Okay. All right. So you get back. They're all there.
So yeah, he would go sit next to Willow and just kind of start up the conversation by saying, "You have visions of things, right? You can see things that may happen or things like that."
Yes, it's not always. Sometimes I see the worst that can happen, and sometimes I see the best that could happen, and I don't know which is which.
I see.
Do
Right.
you need do you need help with something?
Yeah, I'm.
You look I mean, forgive me, but you look upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my deceased wife, who is no longer deceased. I don't know if you would have any way of helping me find her.
Wait, does that mean she's not your wife anymore?
I guess that would be up to her once we come across her.
It's like death do you part kind of thing. And then when she came back, now she's not your wife. You're gonna have to get married again. Sounds expensive.
Well, money's never really been an issue.
Do
Oh, that's why you were okay with Kieran drinking all that expensive stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can try?
I don't see much harm in trying unless it hurts you in any way.
No. Okay, so I will try Touch of Insight. So the ability to see visions becomes more focused when they touch other characters. By making physical contact, they gain more precise glimpses into the lives and emotions of others. This touch can provide insights into the character's history, motivations, or immediate concerns. However, the visions are still somewhat unpredictable and may reveal more than the Oracle Druid intended. What could go wrong? You know?
What could
Okay, so I will take my glove off and hold my hand out to you.
And what do you ask her specifically to look for?
Beatrice. I would like you to help me find Beatrice.
It said others' concerns, so
He's just kind of looking at your hand, not sure like what to do, because I assume you're just like holding it out, waiting for him to take it or something. But he's not sure how this works.
you need to take my hand.
Oh, right, okay. And he'll grab it.
Okay. So you take the hand, and what does it look like when Willow goes into her?
Her eyes glow blue. She's oblivious to everything else around her.
Okay.
Almost like there's static electricity, you know?
Right.
Like her hair's a little got that current going through it.
Okay.
And basically I'm holding his hand, but I'm looking like if I could see right into the very heart of him, that's what it looks like I'm doing.
Okay. So as you sort of go into this vision quest, images will flash. You see sort of darkness in shades of purple and black. You see like sort of breaks in that darkness, like streaks of light. And as the light sort of pierces the darkness, then a figure comes into view, and it is that of a woman. she seems to be chained almost. It seems like she's chained to something. You can't quite see what she's chained to, but she's chained to something.
Can I focus on whatever is tethering her and follow it to its source? Or
Sure,
try to?
sure.
So I'm
So-
gripping your hand a little bit tighter now.
Okay. So as you are focusing a little bit more on the tether, you follow this chain. It's not a heavy chain, but it's a chain. You follow it sort of into the darkness. The dark becomes cold and empty. And then suddenly it feels claustrophobic and crowded. It feels like there's thousands of people around you, but you see no one. You feel it's what feels like tormented souls or souls with no purpose. And as you follow the chain, you come to a door, a heavy wooden door. Do you proceed?
Yes.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw.
No, it won't hurt me at all.
Does she get my +5 bonus from my aura?
14.
Damn it.
Okay, so the vision is beginning to like strain on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to get weak. It's like the vision itself is attacking you, trying to prevent you from going forward. As you continue, do you try to go through the door?
Yep.
Okay. As you reach the sort of knob, the sort of like what looks like crystalline, sort of a crystalline structure doorknob, you turn the knob, open the door, and when you open the door, for a brief moment, this bright orangish red light shines out of it, and you're sort of, like you instinctively in the vision, you put your hand up over your sort of your eyes to shield yourself, and as your eyes grow accustomed, you can see that there's a room inside. There's like furnishings. There's a fireplace. And there are 2 red velvet chairs sitting in front of the fireplace. The chain leads to one of those chairs.
Is there anyone in that chair?
You'd have to go to the front of the chair to see.
Yes.
Okay. As you and again, I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw. As you're moving around the chair, as you come around, you'll see a hand start to come in. Somebody's coming into view. You see a hand holding
Okay.
a glass with some sort of like reddish brown liquid in it. As you go around,
I rolled a 19, by the way.
okay, good. You're able to resist. As you come around the chair, you start to see the figure coming into in clearer. You see the arm, then you see the shoulder, the torso, the legs are crossed, and it's a wing back. So as you come around, clearing the wing back, the whoever it is, they have their face turned away from you. But the chain goes up, and they're holding the chain in their left hand.
I gotta see who it is.
Constitution saving throw.
It's gonna hurt. Too far to back down. Oh shit. That was a net 1 for a 3.
Oh, okay. Now I need you to do a wisdom saving throw
Oh
at
god.
disadvantage.
Oh god.
Yep.
Oh, disadvantage was a dirty 20.
Okay, that's good.
I had a 20
Not
and
going
a
to help you,
23.
but it's good. Well,
Could be
I say it will
worse.
help you. It's not going to help you as well as you might think it will. So, the thing that Belenor, what you see is you see Willow's eyes and ears and nose begin to bleed. And I'm going to I'll send you, Willow, in a private message what you actually see before
Jesus.
you collapse and go unconscious.
Holy shit.
Okay.
What the
I need you. Go ahead. I don't have mine with me. I need you to roll a d6, please.
Me or Taryn?
You. Yes, you.
Yeah, I'm done. 4.
You will be in a deep, unwakeable coma for 4 hours.
Holy shit.
Okay. No, it won't hurt me at all.
So, Eleanor, what you see is you see her physically like stiffen and then fly away from you and land flat on her back. And she's out. She's gone. Not gone, but you know what I mean. She's out.
She looks gone.
Yeah, she's looking pretty dead at this point. But
What does everyone else see?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we all see that?
yeah, absolutely. Everybody sees it.
Ah, she said not to trust anyone, and Belenor just killed her. Shit.
I love you, Christian.
Eleanor immediately rushes over and puts in his 14 points of healing hands, trying to like bring her back to consciousness.
Now he's trying to go her. He's gonna go her.
I think Varric's going to run over and try and detain or like restrain Belenor because he thinks he's hurting Willow.
So, seeing Vera try to do that, because thankfully I'm pretty sure I've seen Belenor use his lay on hands before and can tell what it is. I want to. Where the hell is it? Well, it's not there. Hold on. So, we're going to cast Reduce on Varric at 2nd level.
What do I have to roll against that?
Yeah.
Second time.
Constitution.
Okay, what'd you roll? What do I need to beat?
I'd say 18.
I rolled the dirty 20.
Okay. Damn. Because, hold on. Yeah, it just fizzles.
So I'm even gonna contest Varric's strength. Like, there's no way in hell that I'm beating him in strength. So
You never know. He might roll low.
I have a
It's happened.
modifier. I have +0. I don't think I can physically beat him.
Just because I have a +5 strength doesn't mean you can't beat me.
Okay, I guess we can try it.
Go for it.
If it doesn't work, I got an idea.
I rolled a 7.
I rolled a 3, which would make it an 8. So
Oh my god.
So, how are you holding him out of curiosity?
Are you guys like
Um,
hugging each other? This is weird.
considering he's probably like over her doing lay on hands, he's probably gonna come up behind her and put him into a full Nelson.
All right. So this is my next attempt to try and help Bellinor, even though Bellinor did almost kill me that one time. Yeah, Kira's still holding that. Don't worry, he hasn't forgotten.
You kill we, you kill you, you kill us. I mean, it's kind of even in the wash.
Eh. But we're gonna cast Gias at 5th level. That's a Wisdom saving throw, Varric.
I have a whopping +1 in my wisdom, so let's see.
You
how
can
this
still
goes.
roll well. My point to Bellinor goes with you too.
That's an 11.
Nope, that's a fail.
I think you get I think you have resistance to. I think everybody has resistance to spells when standing in proximity to Mint. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. You get a bonus equal to my charisma modifier.
Oh, sweet.
Would that work in this case? Well, like I'm cool if it does. I'm
Saving
just kind of curious. I never even thought about that. But
What's
I'm
your-
good with it
what's
either
your-
way.
What's your charisma?
+5. Oh no, +4. +4.
Okay, so 15.
Sure, I'll allow it.
All right. Well, obviously, even at 15, it's a fail though too. So
Oh, okay. Well,
DC was 18. Now I was curious for the future because I never thought about the whole aura bit for these moments. That's why I wanted to see what Will's ruling was, just for future
Yeah.
references.
I think it's allowable. I don't see why it would.
Yeah. So seeing you essentially fall under spell, the command is literally just going to be you will not attempt to stop Bellinor from helping Willow.
so is that my interpretation of the thing, or is that you just commanding me to stop?
It's pretty.
Because if it's mine, good.
No, I'm pretty sure for the, when it comes to this spell, it'll be like literally my case. As far as I know, Bellinor is helping Willow.
What's the spell?
Yes.
Gas.
Oh, yeah.
Because you place a magical command on a creature you can see within range, forcing it to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of activity as you decide. If a creature can understand, you must make a wisdom saving throw we've already done or become charmed. While the creature is charmed, it takes 5d10 damage each time it acts in a manner directly countering my instruction, but no more than once per day. A creature that can't understand me is unaffected. I can issue any command I choose, sort of an activity that will result in certain death, so I can't tell Varric, to jump off a bridge. And I can end the spell early by using an action to dismiss it. A remove curse, greater restoration, or wish spell also ends it. And if I did at higher levels, it would extend the duration of the spell. Like if I cast at 9th level, it would be permanent. Well, permanent unless I chose to dismiss it.
I was gonna say that sounds about right. He'll like kind of freeze up and let go of Bellinor.
Yep. And yeah. All right, go ahead, Bellinor.
So I will attempt to heal Willow, and I assume she doesn't wake up.
Nope.
No, God, to go. Not to go.
Bellinor will start shaking her, trying to get her to wake up. As a couple tears start rolling down his eyes. He's
Snap out of it.
he's gonna start saying, "I need to see her," and then he's gonna start speaking abyssal, and saying, "I need to see her."
Yeah, at that point, Mint's gonna be like, "Fuck that!" He's gonna.
I'll just say, even at this point, even Kieran's going to assume it's no longer about help. So, I'm concerned, depending on what Varric does, the GS will not trigger the damage.
Right. If the DS isn't going to trigger, it's just going to go back into a full Nelson again.
As
Okay.
far as Kieran's concerned, Bellinor's lost, and he thought Bellinor was trying to help.
Mint will attempt to polymorph Bellinor.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn! I was going to do that to Varric.
What are you going to polymorph him into?
He will polymorph him into a squirrel, probably.
What do I need to roll?
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to find the spell save here. Where's my spell save at? Hold on. Sorry, it's on another sheet of paper here.
It's a wisdom saving throw if you want to go ahead and get your roll ready, Taryn, while Christian gets the DC.
Yeah,
Oh
it's a 14. It's not that high.
Okay, I rolled a 4 on the dice, which makes my total 16.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So wait, did it succeed? I'm sorry.
No, it didn't succeed.
Okay. What was the roll that Bellinor had to do?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to roll that at disadvantage because
Oh,
state of your mind.
okay. Yeah, that's fair. Well, the first one was lower. The second one was a 22. So.
Okay. So that's fair. Yeah, he's still, still is able to avoid the polymorphic powers of Mint.
Mint just like snaps his fingers again, like trying to figure out like why it's not working. He's just like,
It worked yesterday.
yeah, yesterday.
And I mean, yeah, he's just, I can't beat freaking strength, so he's literally just trying to break free from this strength, chanting an abyssal that he needs to see her.
Oh, I know what to do.
Yeah, like if he could do something else, he's gonna do Flock of Familiars, and he's gonna get a bunch of what is it? Fey squirrels. I think that's what he did last time.
That is what he did last time.
He's gonna do Fey squirrels. I can't remember how many came out. Let's see, Flock. And he's going to command. Let's see. Summon 3 familiars. Okay. Yeah, they're all gonna be Fey squirrels, and he's gonna say,
I know how to get him out of this. Get his nuts.
Oh, Jesus.
I was going to do something. I want to wait to see how this pans out. Because
Oh,
my
Lord,
notes are
not
related
mine.
to this, but I just want to see this.
Okay.
Not mine, Bellinor's.
Yes.
The one speaking in scary stuff.
Okay. So the Fey squirrels head to Bellinor, climb tree, and oh Lord, Constitution saving throw.
Oh, boy.
While Taryn's rolling that, I want to go to Willow and attempt to do Greater Restoration
Okay.
to see if that could possibly wake up Willow in case this is due like curse.
What's great about this is at any point Mint could have walked over to Willow and just been like, lay on hands, but he's just so Mint.
Yeah. So does Greater Restoration do anything, Will?
No.
Damn. So after doing that, Kieran's going to be like, well, that's all I got. And goes to sit down and just watch the show.
I
Well, at
rolled a
least pick-
natural. Oh,
At
go ahead.
least pick her up off the floor. Just walk away.
Well, as far as Kieran's concerned, he doesn't know what's causing this on you. So he doesn't know if it's going to be like when we were in the house in the spooky village, or if I touch you, I get sucked inside your head again.
That makes total
Gotcha.
sense.
That's fair.
If I knew it was safe to do that, then yes, I would move you. But Kieran's going like, nope, I ain't seeing y'all's trauma.
Not getting bit by that twice.
No, the third time, because I did it to Bellinor too.
Right, that's right. This will be the third time. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was like,
This
fool
would
me
be-
once.
It would be a really interesting vision this time, though.
Yeah. It was like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You ain't getting me a third fucking time.
You roll.
I rolled a natural 1 for an 8.
Oh God.
Hey, caramba.
The squirrels are having a day right now. They they're climbing up your climb up your pant leg and have a ball.
Literally.
Or two.
So you've got squirrels in your pants, which I'm assuming is going to break your concentration.
Yeah, he's definitely a little distracted now. Um, you just, I mean,
When he goes to like strike at his pants, Mint's gonna dismiss the spell, so he punches himself.
yep, that's kind of where I assumed that was going. So that's what happens. I mean, he literally goes to start hitting the squirrels and just absolutely bags himself.
Okay, so you basically hit yourself. And I'm going to Constitution saving throw.
Oh God!
Sorry for turning this into, was it Three Stooges?
Yeah.
It's a 16 on that con save.
Okay, so it's instead of a direct hit, it's more of a graze.
Okay.
Still hurts.
Yeah. He's just, I mean, he's still being like held up in the air by Varric, so he's just like groaning as he just like slouches a little bit and is just dangling in the air. Just,
Does anyone see any black goo? Like usually when this happens, there's black goo involved, and I don't want any of that on me.
You already had some on you, though.
We don't talk about that. We're not talking about that. I mean, right now.
At this point, Kira's just in the chair, feet propped up on another chair. Just wait until he can see where he might be able to intervene again.
I don't see any goo. I think we're good.
He's gonna stand with him, still in the full Nelson, just kind of look around, see if there's no goo, and just drop him.
Okay, so down to the floor you go. In pain.
yeah.
Not as much pain as it could have been, but pain.
Yeah.
And Willow's still on the floor. What do y'all do now?
What happened?
Are you asking me what happened?
She touched you, and now she's unconscious.
I couldn't see inside my own brain. I couldn't see what she was seeing. I don't know. I asked her to find my no longer deceased wife, and now she's on the ground.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack there, but I think there's a table full of meat and mead with my name on it. If she's alive, yep. And turns around, and walks back to the table.
I mean, no one's really checked her to see if she's still alive. I mean, someone can roll a medicine check to see if they'd like.
I think this would be
You will.
You're welcome.
Varric's
just
first
waiting.
medicine check. That's the 12.
A 12? Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, as you just sort of look, you can see her breathing.
I'm assuming the don't touch skin to skin thing with her is still in play, so he's not gonna, grab her head or anything, but he's just gonna kind of lift her up a little bit, see that her chest is rising and falling, just kind of drop her back down again. It usually works.
Drop her back down.
Well, not like law, like maybe like 6 inches off the ground, just kind of drop her a little bit.
Now she has a concussion.
She's fine.
She'll be all right. Don't go to sleep. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. That is so funny. Okay. So Varric goes back to eating. Kieran's got his feet up and just watching the show. Mint, what are you doing?
Mint's gonna kind of scratch his head, and he's going to he'll just, because he doesn't really know what's going on, he'll lay on hands, and he'll just like tap her on the shoulder, on her armor, and he'll just put, he doesn't know.
Yeah, he
So
doesn't
he'll just put like 5 points of health into it and just bap. I'm like, get up. Yeah.
which she doesn't.
Oh shit! What did you do?
Yeah, going on.
You guys are asking like I did something. I didn't do anything.
It was the goo. It was the goo.
He's gonna like charge another 5 and slap.
Bah, get up.
Clear. Clear.
Nope. He doesn't get up.
There are like bedrooms in this building that we could lay her down on or something.
Why, yes, there are.
Can he use his cleansing touch? It's a paladin feature. It's an action to end a spell effect on myself or a creature. And I can use it equal to my charisma modifier, so I can do it 4 times.
Trying to wake her up? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, it just ends a spell effect. So he's just, well, maybe she's got a spell, and he's gonna,
Okay.
hit
Try
her
it.
with a little more umph this time.
Right? You can try it. You can cast it. It won't wake her up, though.
Oh damn! Yeah, so his hand will like glow with like draconic holy power, and then it'll like bah.
Well, no. I don't know what to do.
Meat and mead.
Yeah,
She'll be
there
fine.
are places to sleep. There are bunks.
Eleanor picks her up after standing up and begins to take her to one of the beds.
Okay.
And then he murders her when he's in the room. No, I'm kidding.
He murders her. Nice. Nice.
Murder.
Okay, so you lay her in one of the bunks.
Yeah.
What?
It's night outside, yeah.
Yep.
He's just gonna go outside and clear his head, clear his thoughts, try to quiet down so he can get a little bit of rest.
Okay. Do a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh God. Uh, 31.
Beautiful. So as you're outside, you hear the wind blowing through the grass. Every once in a while, you feel like you can hear her laughter on the wind.
Okay, he's gonna go back inside. Do any of you have like something that can clog my ears or something to stop me from hearing sounds in general?
No, you don't. The last time someone tried to help you, you gooed him.
I didn't goo anybody. That's not true. I haven't gooed anybody today. That's not true.
Fair
I
goes like a
didn't-
1,000-yard stare.
I didn't goo Willow.
Okay. So does anybody have anything that can help Bellinor?
I have an idea. Belnor, follow me, and he walks outside.
Wait, I know something. There's a lot of mead here. Just drink that until you stop hearing things.
I have a pretty high tolerance. You understand that I owned and ran a keep, right? I've been drinking for a long time.
Well, sounds like it's time to hit a whole new level. Ah!
That will be my last resort, sure. And then he will follow Varric outside.
Okay.
So he's gonna take him pretty far from the tent, and he's like, "Okay." Pulls the pistol out. Trust me on this. And he's gonna like aim it, but like you're facing that way. He's aiming it the same way you're facing, but putting it right next to your head. Pow! Other hand. Pow! Right next to your ears.
Ooh. Okay. That's.
He holsters again, walks back around. He's like,
Okay.
Deafen me.
Roll that
Oh my god.
saving throw.
His ears are bleeding.
best case scenario, chronic tinnitus. Just saying.
That's a dirty 20 on the Constitution saving.
Okay, so the loud noise of the gun going off is startling, and it does put your ears do ring. It doesn't deafen you.
He just, assuming everything worked fine, he gives you a thumbs up, walks back inside.
What? I mean, he doesn't even know where the gun came from, how you have it. I mean, he barely recognized you used it in the fight earlier, and you just shot it next to him. So he's
I
just
wonder
like,
if what Kieran thinks, knowing what that noise is, like, did he just execute him?
Take him outside and shoot him.
Follow me. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Pow, pow.
and then
And
Varric comes
just
back
Varric
in the
walks back
building
inside.
without Bellinor.
Walks back in alone.
Don't worry, he's good now.
This
All
is
good,
hilarious.
everybody. All good.
Mission
Is this how we
accomplished.
learn to trust each other? You know?
We don't have to worry about that anymore. So, Varric, after you shoot the bullets next to, or fire the gun next to Bellinor, and you're like, all right, good to go, and you head back. As you head back, before you reach the little structure, the hut, you're going to hear a wolf howl.
Gun back out again.
And then you're going to hear what sounds like the roar of a bear.
Oh no. Okay. He's gonna preemptively go into a rage, and like once again just adopting kind of like the bear-esque qualities. So it's just a bear guy with a gun. As he's like kind of scanning the skyline, trying to see if he can find out the source of the sound.
It seems to be coming from the north of you, sort of down in a valley, little like gully area.
Are you all right?
He's not going to say anything, and he's just going to take off north.
Okay. So you head off north, and Bellinor, you'll see him. He'll be running north.
I'm following him, I suppose.
Okay. So, Varric, as you run and you get to where the sounds are coming from, you see in this sort of like small little valley here, in the valley, there's a valley in the valley. You see this like dire bear sized bear. And it sort of has its fur is sort of blackish blue with some silver tipping. And then you see the wolf. But it doesn't really look like much of a wolf. It looks more like a man with wolf features. Not a werewolf, but like just a man with wolf features.
Okay.
And he's pretty good size as well. He's probably about your size, like height wise. He's much broader. And you can only see the sort of the back of him. You can't really see the front of him, but you can see that he does sort of have like the fur, and the head is human, but with sort of like these sort of, the ears are pointed like a wolf's. The feet are very similar to a wolf. There's claws on the hands. And you see these two fighting.
They're actually actively fighting each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's pretty brutal.
Does there appear to be like one winning over the other, or is it?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
It looks like they're pretty evenly matched. Bellinor, you run up onto Varric. And you just see him staring down into this little gully area.
I don't know what to do.
Do I see what he sees?
Nope. You see nothing.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Do I stop them? Do I let nature take its course? Let the strongest win?
Stop.
What do
who?
I do?
When? What are you talking about?
I would imagine with Varric being in a rage state, he's not thinking
Probably
deeply. So yeah, he's working.
at all.
He's gonna work on instinct, and he's gonna sprint down to where they're fighting and try to tackle. Actually, I'm gonna roll for it here.
Okay.
Just a quick 50-50. He's gonna try and tackle the wolf guy.
Okay.
So he runs up and he tries to shoulder spear the wolf guy.
Okay.
If only to try and save him.
Right. Okay, so roll a dexterity save for me.
Okay. Save.
Uh-huh.
That is a 14.
Okay, so as you go to sort of tackle this wolf man creature, it almost like it senses you coming, and it shifts itself out of your way, but is able to scratch you across your chest. And as you fall to the other side onto the ground. And then it continues to fight the bear. Bellinor, you just see him run and like jump and just like literally like jump and just land on the ground.
Are you
Blame
all right?
Rufus too.
Yeah, he's gonna like punch at the ground out of frustration as he kind of like clutches his chest for the giant scrape across.
Okay. And as you're there, you see the wolf and the bear go back at it. At this point, though, the wolf, the man wolf, whatever, flips the bear on his back and is now on top of him. And he lets out this loud, extremely like blood-curdling howl as he pushes his hand into the bear's chest and rips its heart out. And then it turns and it looks at you, and what you see is yourself.
Oh.
And then it just vanishes.
Do I have the scratch still, or is that all in my head?
You do, but they're healed. So you have scars across you.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna be shook for a minute. He's gonna sit there and kind of process what he just saw. It's like,
Belnor is kind of under the impression that something's down there, so he's firing Eldritch blasts at just the ground around him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Eldritch blasts are hitting around you, Varric.
Yeah, he's like Saving Private Ryan, just sitting there trying to like. He's just sitting there. Oh, kind of shakes himself out of it. And he stands up, looks at Bellinor, and just screams, like, "What are you doing?"
What am I doing? Yeah. Is there nothing down there?
You could have hit me.
Do you not want to be hit by the goo? Do you have a problem with the goo?
He just walks like he does that thing where he walks right up to you and just kind of bends down in your face and just like, never again, and walks away.
You know the goo protected you, right?
It was also eating me. You said so yourself.
Not eating you, more like enjoying how you taste.
This is worse.
Not
This is worse.
Even though Mint
Not
can't
better.
hear a word.
That's hilarious. Just enjoys how you taste. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, he's gonna like angrily walk back into the tent and sit down at the table and just angrily eat food.
Love it.
Belinor's gonna follow, and he's gonna look to everyone else and say, I would recommend not going outside. There seems to be something not right with these fields. I think that I've got the impression that they're causing people to see things. I mean, Varric here was just fighting something that wasn't there.
He's gonna
And
stand up and like show off his scar and be like, it clearly was.
see,
Maybe-
but
Don't rain down your pew pew blasts on people.
yeah, but you didn't kill anything because you didn't hit anything. You jumped in the air and landed with a scar on your chest. What the hell does that mean for me?
Clearly not start firing randomly into a field where I'm sitting there.
Would you rather me just let you die?
He's gonna kind of sit down, keep eating his food.
Also, like Kieran and Mint, you guys can roll a perception check.
$27.
Okay. Mint's too busy eating.
Yeah, not one, but you know.
That's fair. So, Kieran, you're able to see the scars on Varric's chest, and you're able to see that they look old. Like, they look like they've been there for years. And you don't remember them being there, but they literally look, they're scarred over. Like, they've been there for years.
I want to look at Var and go like, how the fuck did those happen?
I think he went to go check on his dog.
Yep, I didn't see that. I didn't realize that until after I said the line.
So, okay. So, Bellinor, you tell everyone not to go outside because there's some crazy shit going on out there. Mint is eating. Varric is sitting angrily. And Willow is unconscious. And Kieran is observing the wounds on Varric's chest. Oh, he is back.
For the record, I tell Kieran everything that I saw.
Okay. He rolled his perception. They can see that the scars on your chest, they're old. They don't look new. They don't remember them. They don't ever remember seeing them. But they're healed in a way that it looks like you've had those for years.
Yeah.
No.
So from your perspective, it just happened.
As he's looking, I'm just filling him in. I'm like, yeah, there was Wolf Me. I tried to stop Wolf Me. I didn't know it was Wolf Me at the time. He was fighting a giant bear, and then as I jumped at him, he just clawed me across the chest. Literally just happened.
Okay, I'm calling bullshit because if that just happened, then either you need to tell us how the hell you're able to heal that fast, or you're trying to spout some crazy story.
He's gonna really not angrily, more frustratingly grunt. He's gonna pull the axe off of his back, put his hand down, and cut himself across his palm. Put the axe back and just hold it out, showing him that he's not healing.
Okay.
So that's again proving my point of those scars couldn't have just happened because those look old as hell.
I think you're missing some perspective here. We're in a land with red grass and a giant mimic tent with
It's-
endless meat and mead.
I was like, it's not a mimic, Varric.
That's what it wants you to think. That's it lulls you into a false sense of security.
Trust no one.
And he just like keeps eating.
Things are going to be weird here. We just got to kind of roll with it. But this just happened.
Mm-hmm. In a very disbelieving tone.
He's just going to give him kind of a plaintive look, and he's like, I am a lot of things. I'm not a liar.
Yeah, Kieran's got no response for that one, just because again, there's not much to really show otherwise.
Okay.
He's gonna walk over to Mint and be like, "Can you heal this real quick, please?
Can
It
you
hurts.
heal?
It hurts a lot."
It really hurts. Can you fix this?
He just slaps. He gives him like a high five, lay on hands for like I don't
Wow.
know what is it, 2 points of damage.
Yeah, it was just a quick chop on the hand. So yeah,
You can
just to prove a point.
yeah, if you just tap him with it, it'll heal.
Yeah, he just like. Meh.
Okay. All right. So the night wears on. What did the rest of y'all do? So eventually the food runs out.
That's like Karen probably just go ahead and retire for the night.
So Kieran retires for the evening. What about Varric and Mint, Bellinor?
Once the food's out, Mint's probably gonna just pass out from just drinking too much and eating too much.
Okay. Just where he sits.
Yeah. Or he'll go curl up next to Brenna.
Okay. Cool. So he'll go outside.
Yeah, he's gonna go outside and just like sleep next to her.
Okay.
He does that, that dog thing where he goes in like circles before
Circles?
he lays. Yeah.
Love. Okay. What about Bellinor?
Bellinor probably just kind of sits and contemplates everything for a while.
There's a fireplace in this hut too.
Yeah, he probably just kind of sits and I mean, if there's not already a fire, he would start one and just kind of stoke it and just watch it. Not doing anything super like strenuous or crazy or anything, but he's not quite able to fully sleep. But he's not going to go lay down in a bed. He's just kind of sitting by the fire, watching it for the whole night, dozing in and out of consciousness from pure exhaustion, but he's not. His mind is running too much for him to be able to actually sleep.
Okay. So yeah, so you can start a fire and sort of sit there and let the quietness of the room sort of consume you. All you hear is sort of the crackling of the fire, um, until eventually either you fall asleep or morning comes, whichever one happens first. But before morning comes, Willow will wake up from her coma.
How do I feel?
Like shit. Like you probably, actually not probably, you have 2 levels of exhaustion at this point.
Oh God. Ow. Do I look around? Is everybody else asleep?
Yeah, everybody else is asleep.
Did I hear her say that from the other room?
You can roll perception and find out. And let's see.
Nope, that is a 5.
No, you didn't. You're
Okay.
still consumed by the sounds of the fire. And yeah.
She's gonna go get some air.
Okay. So you head outside.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you come from that,
I'm not going far away. I just
oh, that's fine. You will walk through, and you'll see Bellinor sitting at the fire.
I don't think I'm ready to talk to him quite yet.
Okay.
I need to gather myself first.
I'm sure with my perception, I didn't even notice her walk behind. Yeah.
Yeah, not at all. Okay. So outside you go. It's the early morning is coming, and it's cooler outside, and the wind is blowing.
So I will just kind of sit down on the ground and try and meditate and try and make sense of everything.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Please, please. Come on. 12.
Okay. So as you sit there and contemplate all of that which happened to you, you sit there and you can actually see the sun starts to rise. It's early morning. So you're sitting, the sunrise is happening. It's starting to peak. The sun is starting to peak over the mountains. And as it comes up over the west, sort of peaks above the western hills, it illuminates the eastern mountain line.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of golds and yellows and reds, and it's quite beautiful. As the sun rises and the valley begins to light up, the red grass, like it looks like fire. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But it looks like fire. And you suddenly can hear the screams
God.
of people from your village.
No!
And you can, as the sun fills the valley, you can now see your village as it burns.
Okay, trust
And
nothing.
you see,
it's not real. It's not
you
real.
see the
This
people.
is not real.
You see the people come together, and you see one of the elders, and you see what looks like a portal open, and they all step through it, and then disappear.
What the hell? No. She
then
went from being absolutely terrified to like, wait, what? What? It's not
And
real.
then-
But what if it?
you see someone not go through the portal. You see them run away from it. And then all you hear, then you hear this like voice on the wind that simply says, "We're still here." And then it's gone. And the sun rises. The wind blows. It's a typical morning.
Now I'm just gonna lay back on the grass and try and figure out what the heck this means. You know?
So, yeah. Okay. The morning comes. Everyone got a good night's sleep for the most part. Your dreams were filled with visions of visions that you had, but for the most part, you slept well. So you've regained all of your slots and et cetera, et cetera. When you get up, there's breakfast on the table. And you will see Elenira standing in the inside, and she says, "Eat up. You'll need your strength. Today we're going to test your teamwork skills."
By eating breakfast?
Indeed. Eat.
Oh. Okay. He's gonna sit down and start piling stuff onto a plate.
Okay. As you're piling stuff onto your plate, you'll notice that you're taking the last of the sausages. But there are no more sausages.
He looks at like, oh well, I was always taught not to be ashamed of what I needed to, big guy. I need a lot of food. He's gonna quarter it, take the small quarter, and put 3/4 of it back.
Okay. How about the rest of you? I mean, Willow, I know you're outside at this point, but what about Bellinor and Mint and Kieran?
I honestly think Bellinor's first thing when he wakes up is he goes to check on Willow. I don't think he's looking for the food or anything, so he goes straight to the beds to see if Willow's in there.
Okay, you see she's not there.
And then he runs outside in a panic.
I was like, Kieran's getting coffee.
So Bellinor, you go outside, you'll see Willow. She's there.
Oh, you're all right.
I think so.
Is everything okay? I mean, I didn't hurt you in any way, did I?
Not intentionally.
What does that mean? What happened?
Okay. Now I told you that these are not always accurate. What I see.
Yes.
First, I was in a dark place, dark and purple with occasional streaks of light.
Okay.
And then there was more light, and I saw a woman, and I'll describe her. I'm assuming.
Yep.
That's.
Okay.
I mean, because I've never seen her before, but I'll describe her to you.
You saw Beatrice.
she didn't say anything. I don't know her name, but she was tethered to that place. So I tried to follow the the chain that was keeping her there, and there were thousands of entities, souls, people, but I couldn't see them, but I could feel them all around. And I kept following the tether, and I came to a door, and the chain went under the door. So I opened the door into a room, and there was a fireplace and two tall back chairs, and the chain went to one of the chairs. So I followed it around so I could see what was holding her there. And I could see a hand holding the chain. And then when I got around, hang on, I want to make sure I get this exactly right. And the person holding the chain was you. But your eyes were completely black. And the minute I made eye contact, I don't remember anything after that. Is it possible that you are keeping your wife from moving on?
Just kind of sits there for a minute. I don't know. It can't be that, can it? I mean, wouldn't she want to? No. I made a deal to bring. Why would I? Oh. And he just kind of falls into his own thoughts.
Is it? I don't understand. I don't always understand what I see. Is it possible that your love is so strong that you can't let go? It was you, but it was a much darker you.
You said before that you see one of two possibilities, right?
Sometimes my visions have never been this strong before, but wherever we are, I seem to be able to do a lot more than I could before.
So, how certain are you that this is going to happen? I mean, because there's a chance, right, that I won't turn into that, I won't be that, and I can't let her go. She's the only reason I have to keep going on.
Maybe it's already happened.
It's already happened.
Sometimes I see the past. Sometimes I feel what you're feeling. And sometimes I get insight into what is concerning you.
thank you for your help. I'm not sure how to take this information. I can't be holding her back from moving on. She's back. She's alive. She has to be alive. She wants me to find her.
When I came out here this morning, I saw a vision of something that happened in my past, but it was different than what I remember happening. Maybe
So-
this place plays tricks on us and lets us see either what we don't want to see or what we need to see. I don't know.
So maybe this is the place where she is alive, and this is the place that I can find her. If I can't find her back wherever we came from, then I can't. She has
I-
to be.
Will, did I get the sense that she was alive and being held there?
You didn't. No, you didn't get it either way.
Okay.
You know those deals that we were all proposed with, the contract signing with Aramon?
Mm-hmm.
I have a memory of making a deal with him to save her, to bring her back so she could be with me. That's got to mean something, right?
Maybe what I saw was what will be the cost to you if you do bring her back. Nothing is free.
No, nothing is free.
I'm really tired. I'm gonna go get something to drink.
Okay.
I wish I could tell you more.
I thank you for your help. I appreciate it. And he just kind of sits down outside.
And I'll go back inside and drink some water.
Okay. All right. So you go inside to get water. Bellinor just sort of hangs out outside. Everyone sort of eats breakfast, gets ready for the day. Once everyone's done eating, suddenly the hut disappears. And you're all standing in the field again. This time, Elenira is there, and she says, "Right. Shall we proceed with the examination, with the test?" Are you ready?
Yes.
Is this going to be the same test as before?
Oh no. No.
Oh, darn.
We never test you with the same thing twice. So, if you're all ready, let the test commence. And then suddenly Elenira is just gone. Just disappeared. As you're all standing there, the wind blowing through the grass, it's a rather pleasant day. The sun is up. It's a cool morning. The grass is bright red. The sun, it looks as though the valley's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody roll perception for me.
Dirty 20.
16.
Nat
8.
20 for 29.
Okay. Mint.
I rolled a nat 1.
Okay, so everyone except for Mint, here's the rumbling of something approaching as over the horizon come these five giant scorpions. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Hold on. Out of curiosity, because we can see the scorpions too, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Our Kieran's got the face of going like, "Oh, not those things."
We've dealt with these before. We got this. Well, they were domesticated, but
All right, well, that's where we're going to end. We're going to go around and let everybody kind of say who they are, who they played, and
Ooh.
where we can find you guys. We won't do a question this time around, but so let's start. We'll start with Nick. Is Nick there? Can you hear me?
Oh.
I think he locked up right when that happened.
Hilarious. Well, Lisa, we'll start with you then.
Me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes. I'm Lisa. I play Willow, Ladrin Druid, D&D Winterwolf on Discord, Winterwolf or Leia on Twitch. You can find me every Monday night here on Halfling Wizards channel for either Origins, as we played tonight, or Wind Riders of Aria on the opposite Monday. So we'll be back on the 24th for Wind Riders. I think we all fell through a trap door in the floor, so I don't know. Yeah, we're par for the course for us. Every other Wednesday, you can find me on Halfling Wizards channel for the Liminal Blink, where I play Smoke on the Water, Tabaxi Ranger. We'll be back with that on the 26th. And then every other Friday, you can find me on Celtic Wyvern King's channel with Nick for our Stargate 5e campaign. We're playing this Friday and the 28th and the 4th because our DM is like being really nice to us and letting us get a bunch of games in while his other games on hiatus.
Woot woot.
So we're coming back from a kind of mid-season hiatus on that. So we're all kind of anxious to see where we are, what we're doing. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Let's go. There's Christian. You want to do yours real quick, and then you can bounce.
Sure. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Kids woke up. Let's see. What are we doing? Just outros?
Yeah, who you are, who you played. And there's no question tonight. Just
Okay. Christian, go by Temporary Hit Points. You can find me on the Clock app and or Instagram. And I play Mint Orcanus, the Draconic Bloodline Oath of the Dragon Paladin. I think I mixed it up. I was going so well now for a while. And
okay. You were close. That's
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And where they can find you anywhere? You already said that. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, that and I keep saying that I'm gonna post more consistently. But until then, tonight I made a coffee bean.
I saw that.
Over there, yeah, made
lovely.
a coffee bean. Don't ask me why. I just made a coffee bean.
Hey, whatever.
All right, guys. Good night. It was a blast. Sorry, I have to bounce.
Nope, you're good. We'll see you later. All right. Taryn.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Taryn. I play Bellinor, the guy of goop. You can find me on most social medias at Fluid Player or Fluid Player 1004. I was not quite expecting to have such an emotional session tonight. So
You're welcome.
thank you.
Question mark. Fair enough. It's fair enough. All right, Kel.
Hey y'all, I am Kel, also known as the Celtic Wyvern King. You can find me on Twitch and TikTok under that handle. You can find me every Monday here for either Orlea Origins, like tonight, or Windrise of Aria on the opposite weeks. You can find me every other Wednesday on my channel for my D&D 5e Theros campaign, where we had another year miss with the character almost dying. Just spears are just his kryptonite for some reason. As our paladin almost got skewered. You can also find me every other Thursday, including this Thursday for Reign of Vecna. We're speaking of paladins. I get to play Meek, the Reborn Goliath Redemption Paladin. Try saying that 5 times fucking fast. Then normally every other Friday, you find me on my channel for my Stargate 5e campaign. But as Lisa mentioned, we're going to be doing 3 weeks in a row here because we are doing our mid-season premiere because we had a little hiatus there for the characters. And we get to see what they did over their 3 months of in-game time being separated. Normally on the opposite Fridays that though you find me on Dinner in the Game for our Walking Dead campaign. Right now we're trying to figure out what we want to play as a break from Walking Dead as we just wrapped up season 1 of that. You can also find me here lurking in the chat helping with that, as well as just if there's a slot needs to be filled. Like a few weeks ago we had a cancellation on night just due to IRL, so I ran a MASH one shot, which I'll do again next time we need a slot filled if I'm available.
Indeed. Cool. Is that it?
I mean, yeah, when it comes to stuff I say on other channels, yeah. If it was my own channel, I'll be saying a lot more.
Okay, and of course, I am Willer, the Halfling Wizard, the proprietor of this channel and the leader of this crazy group of folks. Yeah, we're you can find us here on Twitch, obviously. You can also find us over at YouTube. Go over and subscribe. You can check out all of the episodes from all of our games over there. Check out our merch. We have merch. Some of it's really cool. I was drinking out of my favorite mug, which is my list mug from the Jurassic Park one shot that Kel ran. It says my to-do list, coffee, number 1, coffee, to avoid being eaten by a dinosaur, and it's got little dinosaurs on it. It's cute. I love it. Yeah, so check out our merch. We've got show merch, we've got specific show merch, and then we've got some general merch. You can join our Patreon. If you join our Patreon, you can get some really cool homebrew items, much like Mint's subclass Paladin, and some various other things of that nature. Of course, again, we are raising money for, let me bring it up real quick so you can see it, Freedom Service Dogs of America. They pair service dogs up with our veterans that need them. They're a really great group and a really great, awesome, like actual people. They're really amazing. We're trying to raise $500 and we're at 210 currently, and we're going to keep doing until we get 500. We can give that to them. Let me think. If you're part of our Discord, the Wizzies are still going on. You still can vote. Go vote for that. There's several great creators on that list to vote for. So do that. Of course, we hit a goal of 250 followers on our way to 300. We are going to do a giveaway. I'm going to just get the merchandise and do that. Let me think. On YouTube, merch. We are looking for playtesters, or I'm looking for playtesters for a new TTRPG system called Dwarfscape. You get to play dwarves in a post-apocalyptic world. It's brand new. We're just in the playtest phase to work out any kinks. So if you're interested in that, you can come over and join our Discord and reach out and just say, I'd love to do that. We're looking for DMs and players. I don't want to, I wrote the system and I don't want to DM the system because it's too close to me. So I want other people to DM it and run it and see how it works. Yeah. So other than that, come back and see us. I think this week is Vecna, correct? Kel? Or whoever's in, Kel will be there. If you're there, Vecna this week?
Yeah, Vecna is this week.
Okay, so our next show that you'll be able to see is on Thursday, and that will be Reign of Vecna. So come and check it out. It's super fun. It's a super fun campaign. The group there are awesome. So come check them out. So I guess until then, we'll see you on the flip side. Y'all all have a great night. Hang around as we're going to raid another awesome follower. So make sure you hang around and so we can support some other folks. All right. But until then, everyone, we love you all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye.
Tiny robes he's wearing so fine, in the tavern sipping on wine, knows the secrets of the old halfling wizard never told. Mystic wand and a pointed hat, talks to people about this and that, sneaky tricks and a wink in his eye. Halfling wizard makes the hours fly. Oh, halfling wizard in the night, casting spells to the moonlight. He can talk and he can know, in his world the magic grows. Down the road in evening light, he'll engage you, that's his delight. Readers of the stars he seeks, in a crowd he's sure to speak.